Hello and welcome to Football City. Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 4. I have just watched what I believe is the best game of the Premier League season so far. For the neutral, definitely for the neutral. A few weeks ago, I saw Fulham 4, Man City 5, and I thought that was the best game. But the difference was in that game, Man City scored 5 and looked fantastic, and then Fulham showed some real fight to come back and almost got a draw out of the game. Whereas in this game, it was just back and forth, up and down. Man United looked brilliant. Then Bournemouth came back into it. Then Bournemouth were the better team. Then Man United showed some more fight, came back, were winning the game, and then Bournemouth go on, get a fourth goal to equalise, and in the dying minutes, it looked like Bournemouth were going to snatch it. So great for the neutral. As a Man United fan, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if I should feel gutted. I don't know if I should feel happy for the point. Because like I said, at the end, Bournemouth looked like they were going to take it. They looked more threatening than we did. Do I take the positives? The fact that Man United are up in sixth place, could have been in fifth, could have gone above Palace, but we're still above Liverpool, still above the likes of Tottenham, and I mean, who cares about them? So there are positives to take from this, but let me talk about the cons, man. Manchester United cannot defend. We cannot defend. We cannot keep a clean sheet, even against Wolves, who barely score any goals, cannot keep a clean sheet. So Man United are winning 1-0 after, I think Ahmad scores after 12 minutes. And then we look fantastic. We look really good. We look great. I'd actually predicted a 2-1 victory in this game. How wrong was I? But Man United are playing some great football, attacking football, and Burmo with chances that you can now say that he wasted. Cunha with opportunities as well. And all the while, I'm just kind of thinking, you know what? Even though we are good, I would love us to keep a clean sheet. And then what happens? Some foolishness on the left-hand side. Shaw, Mount, Delors, that side, they mess around, lose the ball. Semenyo breaks and he scores and he equalises. 1-1 when Bournemouth really had no opportunities up until then. And then fortunately, Casemiro scores a header from a corner just before half-time, and we're looking good. Second half starts, madness. And this goes back to that thing about Man United who cannot defend. Evan Nielsen, who apparently been on some goal drought, manages to score against us. Like Wolves, people always seem to manage to score goals against us. Evan Nielsen hasn't scored a goal for time, manages to score against us. Then Tavernier scores that free kick, and I think it was him running through who looked like he was going to score. Then Casemiro has to give away the free kick, take the yellow card. But running through, you sometimes just see people running towards Man United who always look threatening. It doesn't look like it's we're gonna win the ball back. It's like we've got to give a free kick away, we've got to give the corner away, we've got to give away a great opportunity for the opposition. And then Tavernier scores that free kick. And when he steps up to that free kick, I just thought, oh, this is going in, man. I can see this going in. And he scores. But the good thing is, we showed some fight back. I say we as Manchester United, the Man United we. Bruno, good free kick. And then Amarim actually did some good things. And I will talk about Amarim in a second, but he makes some substitutions. We start looking more attacking, brings on Benjamin Šeško, brings on Kobe, and we look better. We look more attacking with more threat, and we get back into it. And it's 4-3. And then what happens at the end? Well, the last sort of 7 or 8 minutes of normal time, just calamity defending, man. Ahmad, I think it all starts from a Luke Shaw throw-in in Bournemouth's half. We're attacking, then we lose the ball, then Bournemouth break, and then Ahmad looks like he's doing the right thing by running back, and he manages to sort of win the ball back, but then it ricochets into Krupi's path, and he scores 4-4. And I'm like, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this Manchester United team that can't defend. Now, obviously, you can also say Bournemouth can't defend as well because, like I say, Man United had several opportunities in the first half where it's like we're counter-attacking and we just broke on them and we had opportunities to score. They were wide open. And then Burma and Cunha had opportunities to score and they didn't take those chances, which is absolutely gutting. So both sides were just as bad as each other. But in the dying minutes, I think it's David Brooks who has a header that he almost scores and Lemans makes the save. So good stuff. So talking about Amarim, because as fans, we flip flop, right? When we win, we're Amarim in. When we lose, we're Amarim out. And today he did some good things. Those substitutions that he made were good. It was good to see Cobby, an actual midfielder, doing midfield things, passing it, keeping it simple. That's not a diss to Casemiro, because Casemiro gets the goal. But Casemiro, you feel like he's the guy who's looking for that long pass, that Hollywood ball, much like Bruno. And Cobby came on and kept it simple. And it was good to see Šeško back on the pitch as well, running, having an actual number 9 on the pitch, some threat, although he didn't get to do much, but he did essentially, create the goal for Cunha. So Amarim did some good things there. However, I still got to say, there's something about the football where I'm not feeling it, because it's great that we have patches and we have periods where we look threatening and we look good and we play some really nice football and we create opportunities and, we're starting to score goals, because for time it's been like Man United have scored 1 goal, maybe 2, winning games with a 1-goal lead, if that, losing a lot of games, drawing a lot of games. So it was nice to see some actual threat. But the fact is, this 3 at the back thing, it doesn't work for me, especially considering the amount of goals that we are conceding. To have 3 defenders at the back, which, as long as I've watched Man United, we've never really played with 3 at the back, and we're still conceding goals and we're conceding bad opportunities. It's not even like teams are scoring worldies against Man United. Just these crappy little goals that are going in that we should be able to defend, because we've got 3 defenders at the back. And yeah, and that midfield pairing of Casemiro, Bruno, not feeling that either. And Manu came on, and Manu looks good, and you could hear the crowd cheering and roaring and saying, yeah, the man's coming on. And it's like the manager doesn't want to be proved wrong by playing Manu regularly, because Manu came on and he looked decent. Not like mind-blowing, but he just kept it simple and he did all the things that he should have done as a midfielder. So I appreciated Manu coming on. So with Amarim, a few weeks ago, I said, look, I'm not feeling it. I'm kind of done with the experiment. It's not worked. Let's move on. And, I don't want to sound like a flip-flop. And, if we'd won tonight, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm all in with Amarim and that kind of thing. I want the man to do well. I want him to succeed. I'd love it if he's the man that gets us back into Europe, if he gets his Champions League. I'm happy to be proved wrong. I'm happy to say, look, I was Amarim out, but look what good things the man has done for us. But I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happens next. So I'm still on the fence. We've got Aston Villa next. I'm not sure what we do against Aston Villa. Aston Villa are absolutely flying at the moment. They beat Man City and Arsenal. So you would imagine that, Aston Villa would be able to beat us, because I don't know what Man United you will see from game to game. I think we tend to play better away from home than we do at home. So there's a good chance we could go do something at Villa Park, but Villa are on a mad run, a mad unbeaten run for time. So who knows what happens. But this is the roller coaster of football. And if you're a neutral and you watched that tonight, I'm sure you had a great time. So a little bit deflated, but also trying to be optimistic, because, we're in the top 6. It's good. We're in the top 6 after 16 games. This is kind of where you'd expect us to be, where we want to be. But I think the slightly deflated feelings come from, we've dropped points to Bournemouth and Everton and West Ham. And if we'd won those, and Forest, and you think if we'd won those games, we'd be much higher up the table. We'd definitely be in that top 4. You could argue we'd be in the top 3. You could argue we'd be in a title race due to, if we hadn't dropped those points. But that's football. So, guys, this is my little reaction to Bournemouth, Man United. 4-4 draw. What a game. What do you think of the game? Please let me know what you thought in the comments. This is Football City. Please do all that good football stuff. Please, on your way out, give the video a like. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next video. So until then, take care of yourselves and each other.